You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
와, 이 선택지가.
While I appreciate the mental, nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because, and before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, unless, of course. Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. Like I said, I don't make the rules. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? I mean, maybe some people do, like Niall. Yes, but you'll have to slay her. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could eat in each and every one of us. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not... Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and the blade is your implement.
가져가. 여기서부터네 세이브.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
바로 죽여. 바로 죽여볼까?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you...
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she...
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each...
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
뭐야 챕터 2가 왜 있어?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to sleep. A terrible sense of deja vu. If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife and
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, but it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part. Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, but congratulations, you've been given a chance to... And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you...
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realise that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around... She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all. Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is.
뭔가 이상하네.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's... Oh, I didn't know we were special.
우리
Of course you're special.
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us.
혼자 말하는 건가? 세 명이서.
I've told you everything you need to know.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Great, now... A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from...
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we?
We know what to look out for this time. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards. There's splintered... The blade is your implement. Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. So focus up. You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
You take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood.
That's right, scraping.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right? Last time, if somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, sure, but I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
there you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her?
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember.
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying.
와, 선택지 너무 많아.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling.
죽여.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure...
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of...
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Hers, at first, then yours.
Hehe.
Ow! What did she even hit us with?
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her...
Bullshit. Absolute...
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark. You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over...
You're what? I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can...
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction.
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the... Let's just stay focused. The only furniture of note is a bent metal.
We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we...
Walk through the door.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again.
There isn't a mirror.
You really messed things up, didn't you?
It's like you can't... I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and...
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there.
Let's just get to the princess already.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, and unintentional.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down.
Pride makes us dead.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it.
Nothing bad has come of it.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbow. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
던져. 우리가 먼저 우리를 죽여.
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room. Blade. She skewers you. Ow.
아우.
What a surprise.
Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be.
Stop saying dead, all of you. Wait, this is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the... Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay. She's going to kill this body either way. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than...
What's the point? It's all the same. She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes.
Okay, let's go again.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
See? We're getting better.
Okay, yeah. That was a good... Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it?
You're right. One last time, that's all we need.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on it. Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
Over my dead. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times?
I'm sure I can think of a better way to... They're all the same.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? Like the only thing we're gonna manifest is there are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that winning note.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined...
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs.
It's more of a slide. We know.
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or any... Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess...
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
이젠
But I
족쇄가
guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new.
Yeah, me too.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Yes! Behold, the perfect. Do you think we can throw her? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all. She doesn't even have a back anymore. This is all just a sick joke.
We're screwed.
Narrator! What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. You're incredible. Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. Thoughts without connections, a dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
개 어렵네. 엔티티?
She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment. I promise that it doesn't hurt. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here. I know only that they are. You are familiar, but you are not me. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that there is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we
와, 어디까지 있는 거야?
everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. Then we will be here forever, as we are now. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is... How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling. I have not lived. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can know. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you.